In this video, we talk about hidden financial costs of unhealthy eating that you probably never thought of. I'm gonna share my own experiences, how I fixed this problem and how you can fix it from my perspective. Enjoy the video. First, let's look at short-term financial costs. In the United States, let's compare two people. One eats healthy, meaning they don't buy organic, sugar-free, non-sugar labeled stuff in the market, but just classic groceries like rice, chicken, meat, and eats out once a week for reward and doesn't eat junk food. Other person eats unhealthy, eats fast food constantly, gets used to that taste, and actually has to do it more often, while also buying junk food from the store. Contrary to popular belief, research shows that the healthy eater actually spends at least $200 less every month. This $200 might seem small to you, but if you put this money into S&P 500 every month, after 1 year it becomes $2,500. In 10 years, $40,000. This can help you in many situations, like when you are unemployed or when you want to buy a laptop to start a business. Maybe your financial situation is good or it doesn't affect you much, but if you are a young person, getting an allowance from your parents, just this money alone can give you what you need to start that business. Now let's look at the longer term. I'm sure that you will be surprised. Imagine you are someone who made healthy eating a habit versus someone who made unhealthy eating a habit. When we look at a realistic scenario with average medical expenses and average food spending, if the healthy eater invests that extra money into S&P 500 every month, the difference after 10 years is $117,000. You will be surprised because you didn't thought about the medical expenses because of that unhealthy eating. This is average expenses on research. The difference after 30 years is $1.2 million. Actually, a level of wealth very few people can reach. Now guys, when you eat unhealthy, you live a shorter life. For example, if you were gonna live until 90, you will be productive until age 45. But if you live until 70, you're only productive until age 35. And that drops your overall efficiency back by 10 years. Besides that, eating like this affects your physical appearance, and your appearance affects your hiring chances an average 30%, while making you earn an average 10% more than your colleagues. Other than that, let's say you didn't care about that small amount. You say this won't build up and you have no saving, but another person ate healthy, saved the money. When a person has that type of saving on the side, because their demand and confidence increase, their average income is actually 27% higher on research. If I knew all of this years ago, I would have a great savings right now. I have been applying these things for 1 or 2 years, but I wish I applied earlier. I wish I did this when I first started working out at 16 or 17. Right now, I would both have savings and I could buy the equipment I need for my work much easier and with a clearer mind. I feel a bit regret about that. Of course, saving money is not only done in food. This is just an example, but I was actually doing this healthy eating for physical and mental health. The financial benefits only showed up later when I noticed them. Now I'm gonna explain how I solved it and my recommendation. But do you think unhealthy eating has different costs, or do you have another solution in mind? I'm waiting for your own ideas and experiences in comments. Also, if you subscribe and like, I would be happy. Guys, I've solved this problem like this. I tried for years. The first time I tried, because I started working out, I was successful for 3 months with instant motivation. motivation. After that, for 9 months, maybe I just didn't care that much about that. The next year I tried again. I was better. Maybe for 5 months, maybe 6 months, I ate healthy. The following year, I was really more successful. I ate healthy for like 8 months, and if you look at right now, I spent at least 11 months of the year eating healthy. Never eating out, and I don't have alcohol in my life. A few years ago, I used to drink a few times in a week. Right now, 0. First of all, I really didn't give up on this decision. Even when I forgot sometimes, I reminded myself again. I constantly tried to create solutions. For example, to avoid eating unhealthy food. When I was hungry, I made a quick healthy meal, because when you're hungry, it's easier to eat unhealthy because it's fast. I made rules like not going outside on an empty stomach, or taking home cooked meals with me in some situations. Besides that, every time I broke my diet, I wrote notes about why I was doing this and why I shouldn't break it. You will find these solutions for yourself by creating fixes for your own mistakes. After a certain point, everything becomes a habit. For now, it's very easy for me to eat healthy, but nobody explained the financial cost to me like this before. If I could think about this earlier, I would start much sooner. I find myself motivated much more when I thought about financial costs, because everybody knows the health. I want to explain this topic thinking it might help your life too. In the life, everybody chooses the pain they want to endure. Maybe you can reach a great place financially without doing this. You don't have to do anything, but you will suffer the pain of the things you do and you don't do. Unless you have a goal belongs to you, I think none of this matters anyway. See you, bro.